Welcome back to the small stuff. Welcome to the small stuff. Welcome to the small stuff. Welcome back. Quite often, students will give us answers that we're not expecting. Quite often, they'll appear to come up with things in response to tasks we give, and we have no idea where they came from. But upon further investigation, they just have a different understanding. One thing we can do is plan to get the answer that we need. And by doing that, we're actually planning to enable our learners to succeed. Let's take a look. There are three things that our learners generally want to know. They want to know, well, what do they have to do? They want to know how do they do it? And they want to know how long they've got to do it, or how long it needs to be if it's a written task. We need to provide this information to our learners when we set the task. Let's have a look at how we can do that. In this situation, the sample task is task 1, list the steps involved in changing a tyre. The first thing we notice is the word list. That's great because it's an action word. So we know by looking at this that the what is actually to list the steps. They need to create a list. How? Well, it doesn't say really how, does it? It doesn't say whether they need to do it verbally. It doesn't say whether it needs to be discussion with a group. So we could rewrite this. If we want it to be a written task and we want them to list the steps, then perhaps we could rewrite it to be in the space below. Write a list of. Okay? So by putting it like that, we're actually addressing the question of the what and the how. And then, if we want it to be really helpful, then in the space below, we can write numbers. Step 1, step 2, step 3, and just write etc. That models for the learner how to set up their answer. As to the question of how long, well, if it's a written task, write a list of the steps. Maybe we need to let them know that there are 10 steps. If we wanted to be really kind, we could actually go down here all the way to step 10 for them. If it is not a written task, then actually on the task, let's say it was in groups, discuss this, then make sure we give them a set time limit. Unless we provide our learners with 1, detail about what the task is, 2, detail about how to do it, and 3, detail about how long they've got, then we're not actually giving them sufficient information to do exactly what it is that we want them to in order for them to get the answer that we need them to in order for them and us to succeed. So, try it out.